After Jesus' resurrection, two of his disciples were walking a road from Jerusalem to a small town called Emmaus. They were walking to Emmaus, and Jesus came alongside them, and they were telling him the stories. They didn't know it was him. They were telling him the story of how the Messiah had come and how he had been crucified and how he had risen from the dead. The time that they recognized him was at the end of the walk when they dined together. They shared a meal, and Jesus took the bread and he broke it and he shared it with them, and their eyes were opened to who he was. And from there, they went out. They went out to tell the good news. There is a wonderful opportunity of a walk to Emmaus that I got to be part of, and many of you have been part of. It's a 3-day spiritual renewal weekend, and I went a couple weeks ago, and I have known Emmaus from the outside in 2 ways. One, about 30 years ago, my own father participated, and it was a true renewal for him. He had new life after that. The other was when I came to Millbrook and learned how many people at Millbrook have participated in this 3-day experience of spiritual renewal. It's over 100, and around 50 still participate in reunion groups of accountability where they pray together, share their lives. Where did you feel close to Christ? Was there a place where you fell off the path? And let's help get you back on. It was wonderful for me to experience from the inside out, not just the inside of the weekend itself, but the inside of my own spirit, to be able to focus on receiving God's unconditional love for me and for all of us, living in God's grace. Oh, it's so much talk about grace. I love it. God pursues us and loves us just as we are. And the disciples felt something when Jesus walked with them and shared with them. They broke bread. On the Emmaus weekend, we had daily communion. I didn't have to lead it. We had worship. And there is something that happens in us when God walks alongside us and our eyes are open to recognize him, when Jesus is right there and we can know it. And then, like the disciples in the Emmaus story in the Bible, they're sent out. This Emmaus experience is all about sending out people into the world, into the church. As a pastor, I can see the impact that this experience has had on so many of our leaders, of our volunteers, of our servants, disciples for Jesus Christ. It helps make Millbrook the deeply spiritual church that it is, the healthy church that it is. And as a pastor, I'm so grateful, and it was wonderful to experience that. No matter what your particular experience, if the walk to Emmaus 3-day experience is for you, that is wonderful. You can talk to me and I'll get you to the right person. If it's not, that's fine too. There's still so many ways to walk with Jesus and then to be sent out into the world. So let's walk with Jesus, continuing in this Lenten season, and then let's love him and serve him with our hands and feet. Thanks be to God.